Okay, good morning, students. So, in the first part of the machine chapter, we have discussed the introduction about the introduction that what is machine, and we have given some of the example of machines. Okay, so now we will see in this video we will see that how the machine helps us. That means actually machine helps us. You will see the machine helps us in 4 ways. So 4 ways a machine helps us. First one is force multiplier. What is force multiplier? Let's take the example of jack. So the examples are jack, screw bar, pulley, spade. Okay, they actually it is a force multiplier. Force multiplier means lifting the heavy load by applying less effort. Okay, so we can lift a heavy load. That means suppose if I talk about suppose if I want to lift a car it weighs 500 ton, or you can say 1000 ton. So this much actually a car weight a heavy, actually a car it is a very heavy load. Okay, so what will happen, we can lift a car by using jack. What is jack? Jack, it looks like this. Now you can see in the YouTube also. That means just type that how jack lift a car. Okay, so you can see the video. Actually, it looks like this. It has a long handle, and there is a platform, and there is a stool here. So what will happen? We just put the effort here. We just put the effort here, and the car will lift. Okay, so this is a jack screw. That means it has a heavy load. That means it is a long handle, and there is a platform which fastened with the car. Okay, now if I put the effort here, the car will lift. Okay, so this is the example. That means we are putting the effort. That means we, that is human being, we cannot lift a 500 ton weight. We cannot lift a 500 ton weight. That means now if I use the jack screw, then we can lift a 500 ton weight of car. Okay, so this is actually example of jack screw. This is actually the jack screw. Okay, so it is an example of force multiplier. That means we can lift the heavy load by applying a less effort. Okay, with the help of jack screw, we can lift a car by using the effort only. By using a small effort, we can lift a car. Okay, now changing the point of application of effort. Now take the example of bicycle. Sorry. Yes, take the example of bicycle. Okay, that is changing the point of application of effort. Now take the example of bicycle. Now in the bicycle, we actually we rotate the rear wheel. We actually rotate the rear wheel. We actually rotate the rear wheel. We actually rotate the rear wheel, and the front wheel rotate due to this rear wheel only, and the cycle move forward. Now we will see, that means we are rotating the rear wheel, but we are giving the effort here. We are giving the effort on the pedal. Okay, we are not giving the effort on the rear wheel. We are directly giving the effort on the pedal, and this is the spiked wheel, and this is the rear wheel. This is also spiked wheel, and there is a chain here. So spiked wheel and the chain, this system, what will happen? It transfer the load in this rear wheel. That means we are applying the effort here. We are applying the effort on the pedal, and this chain and the wheel system, it transfer the load to the rear wheel. Okay, and the rear wheel is rotating. What it is doing? That means changing the point of application of the effort. Actually, we have to rotate the rear wheel, but we are applying the effort on the pedal, and this chain and the wheel system, it transfers the load to the rear wheel and the rear wheel is rotating. That means this machine is actually changing the point of application of the load. Now if the paddle is here only, if the paddle is here only, then we cannot paddle, we cannot paddle. Just think about the bicycle only. If the paddle is situated in the rear wheel only, then we can, it is very much inconvenient for us. It is very much inconvenient. It will very much inconvenient for us to paddle if the paddle is in the rear wheel. Now here actually the paddle is there, and it is very much convenient for us to do the paddle and rotate the rear wheel. Okay. So the changing the point of application of the effort, it is also a function of the machine. That means here actually the chain and the wheel system, this is actually it is doing the function of the machine. Okay. Changing the direction of the effort. Changing the direction of the effort in the convenient direction. Example is, here the example is pulley. Just in the previous video only I have given the example. What is pulley? Pulley actually, it changes the direction of the effort. That means it changes the direction of the effort in a convenient direction. Okay, so this is one use of the machine. That means by machine we can change the direction of the effort in the convenient direction. In our convenient direction we can change the direction of the effort by using the pulley. Okay, now obtain a gain in speed. Suppose we want to speed up our work, just like for scissor. The example is scissor. Example is scissor. Now you can see this blade, it is very much long. So applying a less effort, that means applying an effort, we can cut a huge distance. That means you can cut a huge amount of cloth by using the effort only. We can cut a huge amount of force. That means the scissor, it speed up the work. Okay? It speed up the work. So there are four ways of a machine can help us. That means one is, first point is force multiplier, lifting the heavy load by applying less effort. Just like the example is, I have just explained jack screw. This is the example of jack screw. We can lift a car. Car is of heavy load, that is 500 ton. Okay, by applying an effort we can lift up a car. Okay, now the example is pulley. Okay, what is pulley? Pulley actually, this is pulley. This pulley also used as force multiplier. Okay, this crowbar. We have already discussed in the previous video that how the crowbar works. It means lifting a heavy block of stone, or you can say that displacing a heavy block of stone. So spade is used to cutting the soil. Okay, so that also used as force multiplier. The second point is changing the point of application of the force. Now you take the example of bicycle. We actually rotate the rear wheel. Now paddle is not situated at the rear wheel. Paddle is situated here. Okay, and we give the effort on the paddle. Now this effort is transferred to the rear wheel by this wheel and chain system. By this wheel and chain system, the effort is transferred to the rear wheel, and the rear wheel is rotating. Okay, so this is the example of bicycle. Actually, bicycle in the bicycle, this wheel and chain system, it is the machine. Actually, in a bicycle, this wheel and chain system is the machine. Okay, so this machine, it is changing the point of application of the effort in our convenient point. That means it is convenient for us to paddle here, not paddle here. Okay, so this is this bicycle change the application of change the point of application of the effort. Okay, the third point is changing the direction of the effort in a convenient direction. Let's take the example of pulley. Pulley, just in the previous video only we have discussed that it changed the effort. Okay, it changed the direction of the effort in a convenient direction. So it is convenient for us to pull like this, not pull like this. Okay, so now fourth point is obtain a gain in speed. That means taking the example of scissor. scissor helps us to cut cloth in a very speed way, in a very fast way. In a very fast manner, we can cut the cloth with the help of scissor. Okay, so this scissor is also a machine which helps us to gain the speed. Okay, so these are the 4 ways. Excuse me. These are the 4 ways the machine helps us to do the work. Okay.